Skepticism is a philosophical position that calls for doubt or suspension of judgment regarding various beliefs, claims, or propositions, often until sufficient evidence or justification is provided. It's essentially an attitude of questioning and critical thinking, aiming to examine and evaluate ideas rigorously before accepting them as true or valid. There are various forms and degrees of skepticism, but some of the key aspects include epistemological skepticism. This form of skepticism concerns itself with the nature and limits of human knowledge. It questions whether knowledge is possible at all, and if so, to what extent. Epistemological skeptics often challenge the reliability of our senses, reasoning, and even the possibility of accessing objective truth. Famous figures in this tradition include René Descartes, who famously doubted everything except his own existence, leading to his famous statement, "Cogito, ergo sum," I think, therefore I am. Methodological skepticism. Methodological skeptics emphasize the importance of rigorous inquiry and empirical evidence in forming beliefs or accepting propositions. They advocate for skepticism as a methodological tool to prevent dogmatism and bias, encouraging critical examination and verification of claims through systematic observation, experimentation, and analysis. Scientific skepticism. This form of skepticism is closely related to methodological skepticism, but is particularly applied within the context of scientific inquiry. Scientific skeptics advocate for the application of scientific methods and critical thinking to evaluate claims, especially those related to pseudoscience, supernatural phenomena, or unsubstantiated theories. It's about subjecting hypotheses and assertions to empirical testing and scrutiny before accepting them as scientifically valid. Philosophical skepticism encompasses broader philosophical inquiries into the nature of reality, truth, and belief systems. It often challenges foundational assumptions about the world and our understanding of it. Philosophical skeptics explore questions such as whether there are absolute truths, whether reality is ultimately knowable, and whether language and perception shape our understanding of reality. Ethical skepticism involves questioning moral beliefs, values, and principles. Ethical skeptics examine the foundations of ethical systems, critique moral claims, and challenge commonly held ethical beliefs. This form of skepticism can lead to discussions about moral relativism, the nature of moral obligation, and the possibility of objective moral truths. Healthy skepticism is a practical approach to critical thinking that encourages questioning and skepticism while maintaining an open-minded and evidence-based attitude. It involves seeking reliable sources of information, verifying claims with evidence, and being willing to revise one's beliefs in light of new evidence or arguments. Healthy skepticism fosters intellectual humility, curiosity, and a willingness to engage in reasoned debate and inquiry. Skepticism is often associated with challenging supernatural, paranormal, or pseudo-scientific beliefs and claims. Skeptics scrutinize extraordinary claims that lack empirical evidence or violate established scientific principles, such as those related to UFOs, psychic powers, or alternative medicine. However, skepticism is not limited to debunking fringe beliefs, but can also be applied to mainstream or widely accepted beliefs, ideologies, and institutions. Overall, skepticism is a foundational principle of critical thinking that encourages questioning, doubt, and inquiry as essential tools for evaluating claims, beliefs, and knowledge claims. By fostering a mindset of skepticism, individuals can cultivate intellectual rigor, independence of thought, and a commitment to evidence-based reasoning in their approach to understanding the world.